On today's episode, we're talking about helping men navigate relationships, self-improvement, personal growth. I have with me just a Nigerian man.
The average Nigerian man just thinks he needs money to get the loyalty of a woman. That's a very wrong mentality. Maybe it used to work before, but not anymore. Yes, money is important, but it doesn't play a role in keeping a woman.
How do you distinguish between your value and what your financial status is?
Your value can actually give you money, but you should not use your money in any way during getting to know a woman. Average Nigerian man meets a woman and he's looking for the first opportunity to give her money. Look for something that works. You're not supposed to be paying for love. It should be cheap to get women.
What do you mean? What do you think is the most struggle?
Most Nigerian men don't understand themselves. They don't understand their role in the sense of a relationship these days. Nigerian men don't take care of themselves, but they can take care of women. It's an anomaly. But you can buy wigs for your girlfriend.
Do you have something against buying wigs for women?
If a woman can buy a wig for herself, I'll buy a wig for her. Why I always say wigs is because that's what women want. You want wig, but the head you're going to wear the wig on is really nothing inside. There are some women who have nothing in their account, but they'll save for 6 months to buy a wig.
What type of women do you think a man should spend on?
Whether you spend on a woman or not, it's not my business. Spend on a woman that can spend on you.
Do you think a man can respect a woman and still cheat on her?
Respect does not guarantee you loyalty. If I get married to a woman who I don't respect, I will cheat on her.
When your other girlfriend came to meet you when you're with your present girlfriend and you broke up with the both of them, why didn't you try mending the relationship?
It doesn't matter what I had. If you cheat on a woman and she catches you, you just have to run.
Hello. You keep coming back to watch our video and that means the world to us. But here is the thing. 96.6% of you that come back here every week to watch us haven't yet hit the subscribe button, and that leaves us with just 3.4% of people. We pour our hearts into this. We try to create something special. We try to make sure every story, every moment is being created in a very, very important way that tells a story about ourselves the way we want you to be told. And please, by just hitting the subscribe button, you're doing us a huge favor. And on that note, I can make a promise to you that this show is only going to get better. The guests are only going to improve, and the overall quality is going to also improve by just doing one thing for me. As you come back to watch, just hit the subscribe button and share to a friend to also subscribe. It means the world to us as you do that. And hey, if there's something you need to tell us that we are not doing, just drop a comment or just drop a DM. We are always open, and please, we'll be looking forward to seeing you back every week. Thank you. Welcome to Talks About You, the story we tell ourselves quickly become our reality. And on today's episode, we're talking about something so important. I'm talking about helping men navigate relationships, navigate self-improvement, navigate personal growth. Because I think the stories we tell ourselves as a man or as individuals have a way of crippling into become what our reality is going to look like. And on today's episode, I have with me a very interesting choice of a name, just a Nigerian man, in person of no other than Grace Ogbewi. Good morning, bro. How you doing?
Good morning, brother. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm alright. In preparation for this, I was looking through your profile. You're still trying to become a medical doctor, or you are a medical doctor already?
A few months ago, before I became a medical doctor, by God's grace.
How has that journey been? Let's start from there, because it's a story about you. How has that journey been?
I've been in medical school for 9 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, 9 years since 2016. So.
Plus ASU strike or?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Since 2016. It just takes longer in Nigeria to become a medical doctor, but outside the country, it's way faster, and in private universities also. So I mean, a university that is not so fast. And so I've been in school for 9 years, and it's just been challenging and hard, but I'm glad it's coming to an end soon.
I have a very way, like, on this Talks About You, we want to start from the beginning with all our guests. How does all that contribute to you becoming just a Nigerian man?
I think medical students are bored, you get, so me becoming just a Nigerian man is because I had some time on my hands too, because I am just someone that likes to explore and do so many things. So even though medicine was taking a lot of my time, like schooling, but I still just had the passion to talk to men I delayed for some time until I was bored enough to start. So it was during COVID-19. I started just working on myself, and then the urge to teach other men came, and I just delayed for like 1, 2, 3 years, 3 years, or not, maybe not 2.5 years, and then I just decided to pick up my phone and start talking to men.
Okay, you're in the process of becoming a medical doctor. You're training for that,
Yeah.
and you're helping people build their mind. It's two different aspects of medicine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, okay. My question in that, I just add the analogy. My question in that is, do one contribute to the other one for you?
Yes, it does actually. It does, because it's still the same process of taking care of the health of individuals. But I just chose to focus on men because that's what comes to my head. That's what I don't really care about women so much when it comes to relationships. You get, like, advising. I mostly advise men, and I just have that passion for men improving themselves. So it's not like women should not improve themselves, but that's not my concern. You
Okay.
understand? So my focus,
Your message.
yes, my message is for men. That's what God put in me to give.
Okay, since we're talking about God, and I like us to take us to like the very beginning. What are the earliest contexts of you as a person that I need to understand for me to understand the man that is sitting beside in front of me this morning?
Okay, there's actually nothing to me, Sha. I'm just
Yeah, when I mean
any
the
other
earliest
regular
context, I mean
guy.
like where did you grow up? How did you grow up?
Okay.
Those are the
Okay.
things that are going to contribute to you thinking, oh, it's important for men to be some certain type of way. So I just want to try and understand that.
Okay, but it didn't really contribute, Sha.
Okay.
Because I grew up in Abuja. I spent most of my life in Abuja, and my parents are also in Abuja. And Christian parents, regular, normal parents. I grew up with them, and when it was time for school, I left.
Are you still a Christian? Because you said
Ah,
Christian parents. Yeah, it's
yes,
important.
so
It's important. It's important we are able to establish all these things.
it's only Jesus I know. So maybe if I was born a Muslim, I would have been a Muslim. But I enjoy being a Christian, so I'm a
So your
Christian.
earliest context is being a Christian.
Yeah.
And how do Christianity how does it have a role to play in a man being an all-round man? Because I saw one of your video while I was preparing for this. You said a man is in body, soul, and spirit. That's the way you said it.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, yes, that's true.
So how does that contribute to this? Like being a Christian, being grounded in Christ. How do you feel it contributes to this?
It does, because I think every man, Jesus would, or God would want any man to improve himself and be the best version of himself. But people know Christians with, except maybe these big pastors and people that have money, people know Christians with modesty and just keeping to themselves, not being ambitious. But I'm not that kind of Christian, though. I'm a Christian that likes to think wild and wide. I mean, not wild.
I think
Wide and
wide and wild
yeah,
is
yeah.
it goes together. Right, the wilder your
I could
thinking
be, I
is,
could, I could be wild, though.
yeah, the more wild
When,
it
yeah,
gets.
yeah, yeah. But aside that, I'm just.
You are just a Nigerian man.
I'm just in Nigeria, man, bro.
Okay,
like,
so
there's
that
actually
brings me
nothing
to my
to
next
me.
question. As you said,
I
aside
just
that,
say what comes to my
so
head
when you say
because
you are just
okay.
a Nigerian man, what does that mean to you? Like, what's that reality to you? Like, what's the reality of an average Nigerian man?
Okay, in different contexts though, but relationally mostly, the average Nigerian man just thinks he needs money to cater for a woman, to get the loyalty of a woman, to get the respect of a woman, and that's a very wrong mentality. Maybe it used to work before, but not anymore. It doesn't hold ground anymore because no matter the amount of money you have, it doesn't guarantee that a woman will stay with you or respect you or be with you. And I've heard from many other men that this same thing is happening to that thought that way. So I'm trying to make men understand that, especially Nigerian men, that yes, money is important, but it doesn't play a role in keeping a woman with you. So that's the first reality of a Nigerian man relationally. Then mentally also, I feel the average Nigerian man is stressed. From hearing every day on social media that he's nothing if he doesn't have money, if he's broke, from the pressure on him. I don't know if women feel pressure to be. I think maybe some women do, but I know for a fact that all men feel pressure to improve themselves. All men feel pressure to be useful. Men want to be useful. Any man that doesn't have use doesn't feel like he's contributing to himself or society, and therefore he feels depressed or he's pushed to suicide. But if a man has use, if he feels that people need him, no matter how bad he is, he will still be able to function in society. But when men feel they have no use anymore, that's when they end their lives themselves. and we are seeing an increase in that actually. You know, the economy is not even helping anybody right now. The economy is getting bad, and more men, because men in families, men are the providers in most families in Nigeria, and when they cannot provide, they feel like they don't have value, and that can push a man to, you know, suicide, push a man to depression. So that's another reality of a Nigerian man, socially, economically, mentally. And then spiritually, I would say Nigerian men are starting to lose hope in God. You know, that spiritually, they don't value God the way we used to value God before.
Because
You
now
get,
women they
so
join NSP every morning.
yes, everything is just Nigerian men don't even go to church anymore. Women are more in churches now, and it's not like it's a bad thing, but I wish they were channeling that seeming hate for God or despise for God, because Nigeria is getting worse. Even though they say Nigeria is the most religious country, one thing. But if they were channeling that energy that they used to stay away from church that time, if they gave it to other productive things, I think Nigeria would have been better. But that's not what's happening. You know, Nigeria is still going into, so spiritually, the Nigerian man is just out of touch with religion, except maybe Muslims who are really devoted. The Christian Nigerian men are losing it, and that's just what is happening, bro.
So you just explained what the reality of an average Nigerian man is,
Yeah,
and
bro.
that makes a lot of sense. So I like us to touch on everything you said because it's
Alright.
what I want us to talk about. But I
Okay.
like to start from value,
Mm.
like you said. You said an average Nigerian man thinks his value is directly proportional to what he can provide, his money.
Mhm.
But how can you help? How can you find the difference between your value and your money, especially when you are at the come up? Like I used to say, when we are all coming up, I think it's one of the most difficult and most important phases of our life.
Mhm.
Because what we say to ourselves in those moments are very important.
Yeah.
So how do you distinguish between your value and what your financial status is?
Okay. Your value can actually give you money, but your money should not give you value in the eyes of a woman. You should not use your money to, in any way, in any form, during the dating process, during getting to know a woman. Even in a relationship, you should never give money to impress her, give money to induce love. You understand? The average Nigerian man meets a woman and he's looking for the first opportunity to give her money. He's looking for it. If she doesn't ask, he even wants to do it on his own, just because he feels it will make this girl either know that he's serious with her, someone that you just met or barely even know. You want to show her that you're serious with her, or you want to show her that you want to impress her, let her know that you can provide or you have money, or just because you have heard that it puts you on top of her list. So there are other men that are disturbing her. But if you are the man that can give her money or send her money, it will make her want you. It will make her leave all those men and come for you. That's the average mindset of a Nigerian man, and it's so wrong. It's so
What's the
wrong.
right thing?
The right thing to do, and the thing is that one thing I've seen is, even when a Nigerian man or even men normally give this woman money and it doesn't work out, they go on to the next woman to give her money. So they are not even learning from past experience. I give this woman money, I still don't get her, I still don't get married to her, she still doesn't give me a commitment, she's still not loyal to me. It's fine, let me go and try with another woman. I give her money and they keep failing. Sometimes they see success with that behavior and they feel, oh, it works sometimes, but you don't want to live your life with uncertainty. You should look for something that works, and then something that is cheaper also. It should be cheap to get women.
Mm. Tell me more about that.
It should be cheap to get a woman, because you're not supposed to be paying for love in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I used to say
You meet a
I
woman,
used to say
it's
something like,
okay.
sorry, I
Alright,
used to say
bro.
something like, I don't think money has a gender. Money
Yeah,
don't get gender. Like
true.
everybody makes money, female, male, old, young, boy. Money,
Yeah,
money is not doesn't have a gender.
I
Money is
agree
just
with
money.
you. I agree with you.
So, but when you say it's going to be cheap, it's supposed to be cheap to be
Yeah,
with a woman. What do you mean?
if you meet a woman, it's supposed to be, first, when you meet somebody, you are attracted to them. You want to get to know them. Women feel that way too with men that they really want. It's men that they don't want, that they always ask money from, that they want money from. You understand? If a woman wants you, she's not after your money. She wants you for you. And until a woman meets that man that she wants for him, or she feels like she will never meet that man, that's when she settles with a man or stays with a man that has to give her money for her to like him. It's when she has lost hope that she can never meet that man again, that man that she will love genuinely. It's when she has lost hope for whatever reason. Maybe people are telling her, or pressure from anywhere or anything. When she has lost hope that, if I don't bag this man now, I might never get a man better than him. That's when she stays with a man who she's just with for money. If you meet a woman, it should be based on connections alone. If you meet her, I like you, you like me, let's go out. If you don't want to come to my place, maybe that's too sudden. Fine, let's go out. We go out, we talk, we are enjoying each other's company. Let's see again. We see. Before you know, we are always in communication with ourselves. We're enjoying ourselves. That should be as cheap as as cheap as it should be. Nothing involved. Highest, you pay for the date. When you guys go out, you pay for the drinks. Actually, I believe a man should, before you even start following women in the first place, you should have enough to spare on all those kind of things. If you don't have money, you should not be trying to take a woman out. In fact, you should leave women first.
And go and look for money.
You're not looking for money because of women. You're not looking for money so that women will come when you now have money. You're looking for money because you want your life to be easier.
Boost your own self-confidence.
So that you don't worry about who is paying on a date or who is not paying. You get? So you make money so that you can take care of yourself, look better, look nice, attract better women, and just in general improve your life, make your life easy. That's why you need money, not because of a woman.
Since we had the conversation of men just having to improve their own life, I mean, you work with men on a day-to-day basis, you get messages, you talk to Nigerian men. What do you think is the most struggle most Nigerian men are going through that people don't know? From people you have been able to work with, talk to, what's the number one struggle that men are going through?
Okay, I think men do not yet understand themselves. Just light it off.
Olapa Mike. We should just continue. Most Nigerian men haven't understand themselves. That's where it stopped.
Okay, the thing is, most problems that come to my table are relationship problems, because I just see that I focus on relationships more, between men and women. So when I say most Nigerian men don't understand themselves, I mean they don't understand their role in the sense of a relationship these days. You get? Because if men understood their roles, there will be less disrespect for men. There will be less disregard for men. You see, men go into relationships, and like I said before, with the mindset of just providing, thinking that solves everything. But when a woman comes into your life and she sees that that's all you're about, she cannot help but disrespect you.
Why? Because of the nature of women.
Because not because of the nature of women. Because if you have money and you approach a woman and a woman sees you like a man who is grounded, and she comes into your life and you disappoint her, and she tries to leave, but you want her, she has no choice but to disrespect you because you are being persistent. You see, if a woman sees a man, she's attracted to the man. She knows the men that she's attracted to. If she sees you, she knows if she's attracted to you or not. And once a woman is attracted to you, she starts to have fantasies about you. There's no woman who likes a man that doesn't have fantasies about him, that has not thought of she and that man doing some things. Maybe being out on a date. It must not be something lewd, but it can just be as simple as being out on a date or holding hands. She has thought about you in some romantic way. Women are thinkers, if not overthinkers. So if a woman is attracted to you, she has thought about you in certain ways, even before she does that action with you. You understand? So if she now comes into your life and she sees that you're not all that, because actually you're not all that.
What do you mean when you say you're not all that? You are just about the money, that's what you're saying.
If you are a man who has not improved himself and you have money, you would have no substance to you. There will be no character. You cannot.
There'll be no charisma.
There's nothing about you. There's nothing you can really give this woman aside money. But a man can actually contribute emotionally to a woman, spiritually, intellectually, socially. But most Nigerian men actually don't care about improving themselves. Do you understand? Most Nigerian men, they don't read books. They don't listen to podcasts like this. They don't take care of themselves. Some Nigerian men are averse to skincare, averse to something as simple as rubbing lotion on every part of your body. Most Nigerian men don't. If they are, after they finish bathing, if they are rubbing or they are applying lotion, they don't put it on every part of their body. They just very sharply they just apply it. And Nigerian men don't take care of themselves, but they can take care of women. It's an anomaly.
Yeah, I agree. It's an anomaly. Yeah.
But you can send money to your parents. You can send money to your sisters. You can buy wigs for your girlfriends. You can buy skincare for her, but you yourself.
Do you have something against buying wigs for women? Because I saw you on Timmy Agbaje and you're like, you never bought a wig for a woman. Do you have something against buying wig for women? Personally.
If a woman can buy a wig for herself, I'll buy a wig for her.
If she can buy a wig for herself, you buy a wig for her.
But I cannot buy a wig for a woman who cannot buy a wig, who doesn't have a business, who doesn't have something doing. I cannot spend such amount of money on a woman. She doesn't have value.
So you're one of those people that believe for you to have a certain class, you should be in that class too.
Definitely. I rather open a business for a girl than buy a wig for her. I rather pay for a course for a girl than to buy a wig for her, and I've done that in the past. I don't buy wigs for girls. But I've bought skincare for my female friends. I just do it. It comes to my mind and I do it. But something as expensive as, and why I always say wigs is because that's what women want. You want wig, but you don't. The sense the head you're going to wear the wig on, there's really nothing inside. Aside wig. There are some women who have nothing in their account, but they'll save for 6 months to buy a wig. And after they buy that wig, they are back to being broke.
So that's... okay. Since we had this conversation, what type of women do you think a man should spend on? Or do you think there are no type of women a man should spend on?
Whether you spend on a woman or not is not my business in the first place, because it's not my money.
What type
but
of
if
women?
I'm to advise a man on the kind of woman he should spend on, he should spend on a woman that can spend on him.
Okay.
You understand? I have no problem dating a semi-selfish woman. I'm not asking for anything from you. I don't want anything from you. But
do you think they are semi-selfish women?
Yeah, that pretend like they care about you and they're out for you and they'll do anything, but they have a limit they can do for you. That's semi-selfishness.
Okay.
Or pseudo-selfishness. She's hiding behind, when you do for me, I'll now do more for you. And I feel like I'm doing for you. The women who actually do that intentionally.
What do you call that again?
Pseudo-selfishness. You're hiding you're hiding who you are. You understand? But there are women who you just know. You see, when you know. You just know this woman can do anything for you.
They don't talk about selflessness.
You understand?
It's an action.
Yes. And one of the pointers to know a really unselfish woman is a woman who does first. A woman who does first, who has no problem with doing for you without even you doing for her, not even caring. I tell men that you should, when you are dating a woman or when you are with a woman, you should have so much resources that you don't care what she's gaining. Do you understand? You should never care about, if I marry this woman now, okay, people will now, let's say you are very popular, you have money or you have some kind of fame or whatever, and you know that if you marry a woman, yes, that woman would gain from you in some certain ways. You understand? But I feel you should not care as a man. You should not be thinking about what will this woman gain, what will she not gain. You should have enough resources to not even care about what anybody who's associated with you is gaining. You get? But you also don't want it to be like people are taking from you all the time
without pouring into you.
You understand? You want something back. So it's nice to have something back, to get something. Men rarely get gifts. Men rarely get commended. Men rarely get complimented.
Yes, since we're on this topic, you said a man should only do for a woman that is equally able to do for her.
Not equally, not
Okay.
equally, but a woman who does
Who
for
is
you.
able to do? Who is
Yes.
able to do for
And
her?
if a man is okay with a woman, doing once in a while, very little things for him, or if a man is okay with a woman not doing anything for him at all, then it's fine. That's his own.
That's the type
But
of
I feel it would be unfair for me to be married to a woman who earns as much as me, and then I am the only one shouldering the responsibility of the household. That's why I will not marry a woman who doesn't earn.
Okay, that brings me to a very interesting modern day conversation that goes on Twitter all the time. There's this conversation that the rights of independent women. Some call them feminists. I mean, but I don't think a woman being independent is equal to being feminist.
Yeah.
You have to actually be a feminist to be a feminist. People
True.
that get it, get it. So, the modern day conversation is, does it challenge traditional masculinity if a woman is independent in a relationship? Do you think it challenges that?
It does, because traditional masculinity takes care of everything in the household. Is responsible for everything. But like I said before, I feel it's unfair that a man and a woman earns almost the same or the same, and the man provides everything.
So we should have grown we should have grown past the age of traditional masculinity. That's your take.
If growing past traditional masculinity is being helped, I think we should grow past it.
Okay, that makes sense. But there's this conversation, like the same conversation you were having with Timmy, and you were very vocal about the fact that what a man wants in a woman first should be loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty, then respect. So you think it's possible for a woman to be independent, contribute, and still respect a man?
Yes, if she wants a good home. If she doesn't want a good home, if she doesn't want a happy home, then she can do otherwise. But I believe that every woman who is smart enough to earn money should be smart enough, who is smart enough to survive in a workplace with people of different characters. I think that woman should be smart enough to be able to manage her home. I really think so.
She's smart enough. So do you think like men? Because you made a post of recent advising women that and you rarely advise women. So I was
Yeah.
surprised when I saw the post. You are advising women something you
And
rarely
they
do.
and they were
And you
still
said-
against it. They were still against me. God.
Okay, why do you think they are against that particular advice? Can you reiterate the advice since you know what
Okay,
you're saying?
what I said in that advice, I think that was maybe some days ago. I said men are actually more attracted to women who they feel from afar. Like a man sees a woman and he feels like it's just natural. He just feels a man only approaches a woman who he feels he can actually take advantage of. Do you understand? Who he feels.
Do you truly believe that?
Yes,
are
I
you in
do.
a relationship?
No, not at the moment.
So-
But I'm not in a relationship, a committed relationship. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay, I know in a continuous relationship, but you have
Yeah.
somebody you people are talking and trying to see how it goes.
I have people that I talk to.
Okay. So now I'm just saying that thing that you said. Do you think like most of those people, did you think you had that thought when you started talking to them like, oh, maybe this person is going to be easy?
No.
I get your perspective. Like most times, when men are on the come up, they want something that they know is going to be easy. That's your perspective. But I'm just saying, like now that you have a bit of
Remember that in that video I was talking about appearance. You see,
yes,
I feel people don't really break down my videos most times. They think about how it makes them feel, but they don't break down the video.
'cause your
I said
video are
I
always
said
coming from an emotional point of view. So I
Yeah.
understand the reactions that are always to it.
true.
It's an emotional point of view. When it comes to relationship, when it comes to our
Yeah,
dating life,
emotions and
we are
stuff.
all
Yeah.
emotional about
True,
it because
true.
is you trying to question my choice.
Yeah.
And I think of all emotions that exist, you're a medical doctor, if I'm wrong, correct me. The only one that have not still been able to be explained with logic is still love. So it's something that still cannot be explained through logic. I mean, there are stages of grief, there are stages of every other type of emotion, you feel,
Yeah.
but there's no stages of love.
There
It
is.
just happens when it happens. Okay, you think there are stages of love?
It depends on how you guys met. It always depends on how you guys met. Because most times you can meet a girl today and you talk to her and she declines, but 4 years later you can meet her again and you guys have something. Do you understand?
Okay. School me on the stages of love that you think exist between
Okay.
men and women.
The
That's a
the
very
first stage of
interesting
love,
point.
You see, when love cannot be explained is when it's happening at the same time. Anything can happen. Do you understand? This man is in love, this woman is in love, and they meet, and instantly things are going on. It can still be explained, but what will happen in that stage cannot be explained. But in most cases, the man likes the woman more.
The man likes the woman more.
Yes, in most cases, a woman can like you and not approach you or tell you. But a man, if he likes a woman,
are you sure in most cases? In most initial cases.
That's what I said. Like a woman can like a man but not tell him. She'll be around him for years. But she'll give pointers, yes. But if the man doesn't want her or is not smart enough to catch those pointers, he's going to miss out. Okay. He's going to miss out on knowing that that she likes him. So it depends on how they met, like I was saying. If they meet and the love just starts immediately, but if a man likes a woman, he goes up to her and talks to her. Now she might like him or not like him. If she likes him, they might click and start something. If she doesn't like him, that one is not love.
No conversation.
But if she likes him, yes, they start something. Or if two of them just meet themselves so love has started from there. So love starts from attraction.
Okay, that's the first stage.
After attraction, then connection.
Okay, connection. Okay.
You understand? Then after connection, there comes love.
Okay, the connection becomes love.
Yes.
Is there something that happens after love?
Respect. Respect comes after love. Respect can come before love if the woman did not like the man at first, but she respected him. You understand?
Respect can actually...
Respect can now come before love in that case.
Is the respect is going to turn to the love, or the respect is going to turn to a connection?
No, respect and love are two different things.
Okay.
If respect comes first. But love and respect, if love comes before respect in the sense of that they meet and they go on, they are the same thing. But the woman can actually can love a man and disrespect him.
Yeah, I believe that.
But the woman can respect a man without loving him.
So
she can be in a relationship with a man that she respects but does not love.
Is that advisable? Which will you take? The love without the respect?
Women know what they are doing. As far as they are gaining, they will be there. You understand? As far as they are gaining something, they will be there. That one does not concern me. They will not hear me on. Women don't listen to my advice.
So you think as far as a woman is gaining, she's going to be there?
Yes. A woman never
leaves where she's
a
gaining.
Woman is never in this. Women.
Yeah. I think women are very strategic.
Women.
I was having this conversation with everybody yesterday.
A woman can love you with all her heart, and still leave you for somebody better.
Yes. I believe that.
And you will stay there if you love her.
When I was having conversations yesterday, I was asking everybody around me because I was preparing for this, and I was asking people, what do you think the reality of an average Nigerian man is? Just like I did in the studio this morning with my team. So, and someone asked me, like a lady asked me yesterday, what do I think the reality of an average Nigerian woman is? And I said, disarming. Women are very disarming because they come to you like they don't have a plan. Yeah. But believe me, every woman has a plan, irrespective of who she's talking to.
True.
She might not admit it. Knowingly or unknowingly, women always have a plan.
Yeah. And it might come with good intentions, and it might
mostly with good intentions.
Yeah, true.
But they have a plan.
True.
Men mostly freestyle while talking to people, just like the conversation we were having earlier.
True.
I've seen men talk to girls, not like they have any real plan behind their back. They are just like, oh, let me talk to this woman and see how it goes.
Yeah.
But women don't do that. Women don't just talk to anybody and say how it goes. They are strategic. Even if they are talking to 4 people, they have a plan for 4 of them.
Sure.
Like, okay, this is this guy's plan. This is this guy's plan. This is this guy's plan. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think most of the time when you say, oh, they can stay there because they are gaining something? My question in that is, do you think that is intentionally or mostly with good intentions or not?
I think it's a good intention, but the thing is that respect does not guarantee you loyalty.
Word.
You understand? Respect does not guarantee loyalty.
Does love guarantee you loyalty?
Love and respect guarantees you loyalty.
Okay, when you combine the two, when you combine love and respect, that's when loyalty
that guarantees,
is guaranteed.
Yeah. For
both gender or for... Because I can really relate to this thing that you're saying.
For both genders, actually.
If
I get married to a woman who I don't respect, I think I will cheat on her.
can you respect a woman and cheat on the woman? This is very important for me. As a man, men are wired differently from women. So this conversation is quite important, and I want you to be honest.
Okay.
Can you I know a woman that respects a man there's the likelihood of her cheating on him is very low.
Yeah.
But as a man, do you think, you've spoken to men about relationship, do you think a man can respect a woman and still cheat on her?
Yes. But it reduces the chances. It reduces the likelihood. Because a man, if a man respects a woman and cheats on her, if the woman finds out, he tries his possible best to mend that relationship. That's how a woman will know that this man respects me.
But you didn't do that in your case. When when we watched you, I watched you talking to Timmy. You said your other girlfriend came to meet you when you're with your present girlfriend, and you broke up with the both of them. Why didn't you try mending the relationship? That means you were out of love or out of respect or out of both.
It doesn't matter what I had. If you cheat on a woman and she catches you, you just have to run.
Wow.
Yes,
but most of us, I believe most of us are listening to this, and most people that are going to watch this have cheated, and somehow because they pleaded, and the girl was like, oh, and they think for a fact that they were in love, they stayed. So my question is, what is the advantage of staying from your experience?
The advantage of staying with a woman who you cheated on?
Yes.
Initially.
The disadvantage, not the advantage.
Okay, the advantage is actually, but just for a very short while.
Let's touch on both. Okay. The advantage first, then we'll go to the disadvantage.
The advantage of staying with a woman who you cheated on.
Yes.
The advantage of staying with a woman who you cheated on and still stayed with you is that it's very short term. For a short while, she will behave she'll be perfect. In fact, she'll be calm, she'll be surprised because she's in shock. You see, when a man cheats on a woman, she starts to doubt herself. You understand? She starts to
question her self-worth.
Okay, you get like, he cheated on me, and sometimes it has happened multiple times before. You now do it again, so it makes her doubt herself. It makes her feel that you don't like her enough. Do you understand? So when that happens and you still stay with her, it makes her feel, oh, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I was doing something that this guy did not like. Instantly, she becomes perfect. She starts to show you love. She starts to, for a very short while, let's say for 1-2 months. After that 2 months, it will come to her head that, what am I even doing with this guy? And at that time, you would have loved her. So it's not like she did it intentionally. She was now good. You will now love her. You will love this girl. You will start doing it. You might even stop cheating. In fact, even if you are cheating, you say, this one is my main chick. Once a man forgives a girl, once a man is forgiven by a woman for cheating, he takes that woman as his main girl. Even if you still continue cheating.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting conversation. Is there a psychological thing that makes that happen? Like, is there something that explains that?
Men love women that can forgive them easily. Do you understand? If a woman gives a man the chance to play with her, he will play with her like never before. Men are wicked too. But he's not. The truth is that he's not doing it from a bad. He's just doing his thing. To a man, he's just doing his thing. It's not like he's out to get the woman. But if a woman cheats, he's out to get the man.
Okay, that's why I said what I said prior in this conversation. Like, do you think women having plan? I just think they are just being themselves. It's not like they are coming from a place of trying to have strategy when they are with somebody.
There's actually nobody that doesn't like a good life. Doesn't like good things.
Yeah, it's just women having plan for themselves. Like, so. Okay, so what is the disadvantage?
The disadvantage, I was coming to that. That's a long-term complication. I just gave you some short-term complication, some short-term rewards actually of just.
That's the advantage.
When the woman now discovers that, when she now comes to self-realization from friends, from anybody, that I've heard this thing play out not once, not twice, not thrice.
From people you are helping in relationship.
Countless times.
Okay.
You will tell them, leave this girl. They will say, no, she begged you. I understand. I'll just leave them. And you go and face now. Then after that time, the girl will now become who you don't recognize. If you dedicate your life to somebody for 2 months because that person is so good to you, especially after that person has subjected you to some past, let's say you really liked this girl at the beginning, because normally it's when a man likes a girl that he would cheat on her and accept her back. If a man doesn't really like a girl, if he cheats on her and she finds out, he will be happy because the girl will go. Or he has now has a reason for that to exterminate that girl from his life. You understand? But if he really likes the girl, maybe a little more, he would want to still put up with her more for a long while, and still be with her. And then after a while of she showing these good traits, she now turns to something else, and you that have been now be committed to her. Because when a man does something bad, something as terrible as cheating, and is forgiven, he wants to prove himself to the woman. So most likely he doesn't cheat for 1 month, 2 months. He's just with the girl. The girl is so into him. He's so into her, and things are going well. Then the girl now realizes that I'm just with this guy. He's doing all these things because I caught him cheating. Then she will now start showing you, shaggy, and you that has now you're now in love with this girl. You now start seeing different things upon different things. She now starts cheating if she even wants to, and you have to put up with it, because not only because you now love
men
her.
put up with cheating.
Men men put up with cheating, especially if that's the only girl they are dealing with at that time. And in most cases, most men deal with only one girl.
I need to understand this clearly. Because that's why we do talks about it. It's a story about self, just for people to understand a lot of things. And that's why I like podcasting, because it's been able to help me have conversations about different subject matter and try to improve my point of view about these things. So you think, or from people that have spoken to you, that Nigerian men put up with cheating? Because there's like unspoken word. People believe if they get cheated on a guy, it's an unspoken rule. That's the end of the relationship. Yeah. So you are telling me for a fact that you have seen men that have put up with their babe cheating on them?
Yeah, even married men.
Wow.
Even Nigerian married men, they put up with cheating wives. They put up with Nigerian men.
So it's not only Nigerian women that put up with cheating Nigerian men. Because the most response I got from ladies that asked what's the reality of an average Nigerian man is that they are all cheaters. That's what I keep guessing.
And the thing is that most Nigerian women don't like Nigerian men anymore. You understand? And so
why? What do you think is
in the context of they feel men are bad. They feel men are out to get them. You understand? Most of them are not feminists, but they don't trust men. You understand? So even if in most cases,
because of men like you or men like us,
I don't know, they don't trust men, and to an extent, you should not trust anybody, at the end of the day. But aside, why should you? If somebody has not proven their trust to you, you should not trust them. Now, if someone has not giving you a reason to trust them, you shouldn't trust them. So in relationships like dating, if a man cheats on a girl now, she's just like, it's like a normal thing. So she doesn't get to. The man can easily dismiss her. But if they are married in a marriage, if a man cheats on a woman, the woman is more likely to stay. But what we don't know is that wives still cheat on husbands, and the men stay because of children in most cases, though. Because of children, because of other things like what people say. Nigerians have this what people say mentality, so they are always thinking about what other people, think about them. So they just put up with it. There might be a problem inside the home, but to other people, everything is good. You understand? And also because of love. So Nigerian men, before a Nigerian man marries, actually loves that woman. Because Nigerian men don't marry just any woman.
Yeah, Nigerian men don't.
If a Nigerian man marries a woman, it means that he really loves that woman. He might be bad to her, he might not treat her well, but if it's love, yes, he loves the woman. That's why he married her.
Okay, looking at all these things we've spoken about, how complex it is to the stages of love, like you said, respect, love, attraction. There's one thing you mentioned again, connection.
Yeah, connection after attraction.
Looking at all those things, do you think men really need dating coaches? And women, do you think women need dating coaches?
Men learn by two things, either by experience or by someone teaching them. You understand? So young men that did not have the opportunity to learn from older people will learn by experience, definitely. But it might be too late. They might make so many mistakes. So I think it's better to learn from people's experience. And even if you listen to someone's advice, you don't have to put it into practice. But if it has happened to you once and you tried your own way, why not try this other way and see if it works for you?
Okay, why are you so confident? That brings me to my next question. Why are you so confident that your own ways are going to work when it comes to dating?
No, because it works actually. I've mended broken homes. I've mended not me. Sorry.
Yeah, through the
Like
grace
my
through your work and the
by the
grace
grace
of
of
God.
God. Sorry, that
Yeah.
sounded so proud. But I have actually helped people in relationships, people in people who are dating, even family relationships. I've actually, and it works. It works. Even people who don't take my advice, they'll come and tell me, that thing you said, I tried it too, and it worked. 1 year later, 2 years later, so it works. It actually does work.
Okay. Since you
And
said
no other way works apart from this way. The way I preach, there's no other way works. No other way.
so, you think people that are
Yes.
spending on their girlfriend is not going to work in the long run?
It doesn't. It might work. It might not work. But the thing is, if you want to spend on your woman, there's no problem.
It's your money.
It's your money, but think about why you are spending on that woman. Yeah, if the woman is so good to you, if you are enjoying her, she's making your life easy, spend on her. But if your woman is not, if the woman is doing 2 or 3 things, nobody's perfect. But if your woman is doing things that make your life complicated, that causes chaos in your life, that gets you worried, that makes you unhappy, and you are still doing things for her, it would send a message to me that you are doing those things because you think it can get her to change. But you are wrong. She will never change. You are rewarding her for her bad behavior, so she will keep on being bad. So what you should do if your man is behaving badly to you is to stop all the gains she was getting from your life. Stop giving her money. You cut off all those things you were doing for her because you are not happy. If you are unhappy, you have to show it. And the way you show your happiness in a relationship is not by keeping malice, it's not by silent treatment, it's not by shouting, it's by taking action. Simply withdrawing some of your goodwill. Let her know that you're angry. But most men are scared of letting their woman know that they are angry.
Because they are scared of what's going to happen next. Rejection.
Why are you scared? Rejection only builds a man. No man should fear rejection. If you don't accept rejection as part of your life, you will never go far. Why do you think there are men who are begging? Why do you think there are men who, because you feel like or maybe you asked somebody for something once and they rejected you and you stopped. You did not ask another person. That's why some men are away. So the way men are functioning in relationship also applies to life also. Life is a risk. Marriage is a risk. You can marry a woman and tomorrow she wakes up and tells you that she doesn't love you anymore. What do you now do? Nothing happens. So life goes on. If you are scared of talking to a woman or correcting her because you think she will be angry with you, or she will keep malice with you, you should not be with that woman in the first place. You should be with a woman who you can talk to and a woman who can also talk to you and let you see reasons. But at the end, you have the final say.
This thing that you said just make me remember something I saw when I was watching your video. You said at the end you had the final say. You said attraction is not a choice.
In relation to...
Okay. What do you mean by that? You said attraction is not a choice.
A woman does not choose who she's attracted to, actually.
Do men choose who they're attracted to?
I feel that men's attraction is based off on the environment we grow up in. There's some men that like slim women, there's some men that like fat women, there's some men that like fair women, there's some men that like... It just comes as a result of your environment as you are growing up and the kind of woman who you just see yourself with.
This is a very interesting conversation because I like to use myself as an example. Do you really think men have spec?
Men have spec for marrying. Men have spec for dating. But men don't have spec for sleeping with.
When I mean spec, I mean, let me just put this out there. When I mean spec, for me, I mean like what a woman looks like a physical feature, like features. That's what I mean when I mean spec.
Yeah,
like
men
a woman's
do.
physical features.
Yeah.
Because me, I used to say it. I think I'm vocal about it. I don't think I have a spec. Like when it comes to value, I have things that are non-negotiable for me.
So when you close your eyes and think about your wedding day, what kind of woman do you envision?
The type of woman for me. That's what, as a man, that's what.
Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, I've thought about it a few times.
Okay, wait now. What was your woman dark or was she fair?
That's the point. Even the people
Okay, you don't even know.
the people I've been with.
No, let's forget about the people you have been with. Let's talk about.
Yeah, that's how you establish a partner.
No.
now. You
But
need
I'm
to
talking
look at
about
the
your
past.
marriage. Your marriage.
not
Have you ever
married yet.
have you ever thought about it before?
Yes, I've thought about it.
Have you closed your eyes and maybe just
Imagine
had
what my
a
wedding
dream?
day looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
No.
You
I
have
haven't
not.
gone that far.
But have you imagined how the woman you will be with? Have
The
you
wo-
ever just closed your eyes and see maybe you and your
Yeah, I have
children
clear
and the woman?
values of the woman. I want
No,
to
not
be.
values. Like just when you think about it, you're not thinking about values. You're thinking about the aesthetics now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think a lot about the aesthetics.
Okay,
Maybe
but you think
because-
about it, but not a lot.
Yes, not a lot.
Okay,
Maybe
was the
because-
woman fair? The woman in your
Let me- let me-
in
let
that
me say-
picture?
let me say this. That's why, like, when it comes to people saying, "Oh, everybody have respect," for me, I used to think, that thing.
Would you marry a fat woman?
No,
You have a spec.
no. I'm just
You have a
saying.
spec.
Okay, maybe fat is.
If you know what's not your spec, then you have a spec. You can have dark and you
No,
can
fat
like
is
you can
even-
like fat.
Fat is even subjective. Like, you want to tell me that? Oh, okay. I saw you the other day, the other interview where you're doing, where you said, your specs are fair ladies. You want to tell me all the women you have been with in your life, they are fair ladies?
But I will marry a fair woman.
No, that's not my question. We'll get there. All the
Okay.
women you have been with, are they fair ladies?
No.
That's my point. Have you cheated on a fair lady with a dark lady? No, let's be very factual. Let's be realistic.
I
Have
agree
you
with you
cheated on
that
a fair lady with a black lady?
what I would say is that men have respect for dating. Men have, but she was not fat. Men had respect for.
Okay. I mean, fat is very subjective. There are plus size women that look very attractive.
No,
There
when
are
I say
chubby
fat,
women.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A woman doesn't take care of herself. That is just fat.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you for clarifying. But I mean, I'm on the spectrum. I'm just trying to be very, very realistic, like, because I know. I mean, I have boys that will be like, "Oh, my spec is this," and I've seen the same guy. Not just me. I've seen the same guy cheat on their spec with what is not their spec.
Mhm.
So that's why I feel like for men, I feel values is what we should just talk about. Like, they are non-negotiable. Because when it comes to marriage, most men that I've known, that I know or have spoken with, have things that they cannot negotiate. Like you, even not knowing you, just prior to we talking to building up to this, spending time on your socials, I know respect and loyalty is a non-negotiable for you.
But not from a woman who I'm not attracted to.
Not from, definitely. Attraction is something different.
But attraction is to my spec.
To your spec. Are you only attracted to fair women? That's where my argument is coming.
I'm not only attracted to fair women, but
you've seen
when I close my eyes, I
mean,
think
yeah,
about.
that's what you see. That's what you see.
Yeah.
Like, that's marriage. But have you not seen a dark lady walk by and you be like,
Yes.
but she's not your spec.
Yeah,
You're not
but-
supposed to be attracted to give a second look and an opinion. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to men, I don't like having the argument when people are saying it, like, in spaces. But I think maybe because of me, I'm just being sincere with myself.
Everybody gives
I think
allowance.
we have what we are attracted to physically, like
Yeah.
features that we're attracted to.
Okay.
But when it comes to we trying to talk about attraction in terms of complexity, like fair women, dark women, I just kind of
I think
I just kind
maybe
of feel
maybe
like-
preference is the right word.
maybe preference. I
Preference
just
is
kind
the
of
right
feel
word.
like when people say that, from my own experiences, I'll be like, that's not really a measure to what a man likes. I feel like that. I feel like I strongly feel like that's not really a measure.
The woman
I
a
don't have
man
anything to back
values
that
the
up.
most actually is the woman he ends up with. You understand? Because that woman is a direct representation of him. So if he doesn't get married to you, he's not really so big on spec. You understand? A man will take what he can get. If at a point in your life all the fair women have left you and only dark women are coming in, you will take the dark women.
Yeah, I mean,
But if that's if your spec are, if your preference is fair women, or if your preference is dark women, if you let's say there are 10 women in your life, and then you have 2 dark ones that are really of good character and good, and the 8 are fair and dark women also, and they're not so good and whatever, you will give those 2 preference to it. So it's still your specification in the kind of way, but you can make do with. We are men now. You know, sure you have slept with someone that's not your spec before.
who? Me? Yeah, I mean, obviously,
so-
I mean, what can I do? It's just like we have to. Why we
A man will take what he can get. A woman will give
no,
to who wants her.
I don't like to see it that way. I just feel like
But that's the way it is.
I just feel like as human being, in the process of us becoming, we have to deal with being. You know, now you have, like you said, you have a plan in your head. You have a perfect picture of who the woman you want to be with. is.
But I might not end
But
up with
why
her.
why you are building up to that, why you are becoming the person that is going to end up with her, you still have to deal with the present state of being, like
true.
existing on a daily basis.
True.
And that's why I'm going to answer the question as honest as I can. That yes, I mean, obviously, it just comes with living, trying to be.
True.
That's what it comes with. And it just brings me to the next questions as we are talking about this, like men, because all these type of things are why reasons why men think women are the prize, and they tend to forget themselves a little bit. Do you think men should put more value, like you said, put more value on themselves too in relationship, and not just always think like women are the prize?
Okay. Men should not look down on women. In relationships or otherwise, men should not feel like if you see
the power of a woman is very, very, like I used to say, like, sorry for cutting you short. Power of a woman is so much, like, if you want to build a business, get a woman involved. I keep saying it.
No, I never reached there. A little bit at the talk.
No, I'm just saying the power of a woman is like so much.
No, don't put it there. I don't think so. It's not.
So you think most, like, when you're building with men is better than building with women?
100% better.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Okay. Men will do your work and not put emotions into it. They'll do your work and do it well. As far as you are paying them well and you build a very good relationship with them, they will do your work well. And men have no problem respecting other men. Oh, you're higher than me. There's no problem. Except some men. Some men will just do it. But a woman does. When you put a woman who is your partner into a business,
I'm not saying
not in all cases.
Not in all cases. I'm just saying, like,
not your partner.
You hire women. When you hire women to do a job
in most places, women get lazy. Women don't do your job well. Not every woman is excellent in her workplace. That's why you see that more workplaces where men head are at the top. That is just the truth. If where a woman heads, she's superb at it. Nobody is the nature of life, is the natural course of the universe. If you are good, you will be head, you will be up there. If you are not good, you will be down. Men are good, that's why they are up there. Companies are led by women that are good. They are better than other. That's why they are up there. So it's just a natural order of life. It's not like if anybody is coming out for women or anything. But the truth is, what are we even saying?
No man should look down on a woman.
Yeah, in a relationship, no man should actually look down on a woman or look at a woman as less. But you also want to take care of yourself. You understand? You can assist her, help her. But I feel every man should get a woman who has a vision, who has something that she's doing. Because vision is not just for men. You understand? Ambition, to an extent, is not just for men. You want to have a partner who is also trying to do something with their lives, working up to something. Who is living life, with risk, trying to get something working for themselves. Not a woman who is just lazy and sits down and wants you to provide and do everything for her. Not in this day and age where it's now possible for a woman to make money and, improve her life. Because the only woman who you would do better with, who you would grow with, is a woman who is also growing. If the woman is not growing and she stays in one spot and you are growing, she will always drag you down. So if you develop yourself, even at the expense of her development at the time, if she's not ready to develop by herself, if you get to some extent, you can now bring her up. But if you want to develop yourselves at the same time, or even or give her more than you have for yourself, you will suffer at the end of the day. Because where you are developing her to, another man will continue from there.
That's a very interesting take. And that brings me to my next question. What do you think loves unconditionally between men and women? From your experiences talking to different men and different people about relationships.
There can be no unconditional love. It's not possible. But you can condition somebody to love you. You can condition a woman to love you. You can condition a man to love you by showing love to them. If they receive your love, they will be conditioned to love you. If they don't, you move. So I advise men, if you meet a woman and she's not open to receiving your love, you let her be. You don't convince somebody to love them. You don't convince a woman to love you. Because even though she enters a relationship with you, nothing still changes. She will still give you all the attitude she's giving you.
Never ends well.
You are just hurting yourself. You're just hurting yourself. If a woman doesn't like you, it doesn't matter how beautiful she is. It doesn't matter what she can get you in this life, what she can give you. If you want to be sane, if you want to be normal, you better run away from her. Because if you keep on doing for her, the more you do, the more in love you fall for her. And as you fall more in love with that woman, the closer you are to your destruction. Because the amount of heartbreak you will get will actually put you down.
Do men recover from heartbreaks?
Men recover from heartbreaks, but they become wiser after some time, though, because there are some men that actually go through heartbreaks 1, 2 times, and they are still just I'm a lover boy, I'm a lover boy, and there's no problem being a lover boy. But if you don't learn from your mistakes, you are just a foolish lover boy. You are a foolish person if you cannot learn from your past mistakes, especially when you see the same signs, but you think people are different. People are not so different. People are not so different. Our uniqueness is very minute. That's why anybody who is subtly unique will normally he will be celebrated.
More
You
enhanced.
understand? People will just know that okay, you're a different person. But for the most part, most of us are the same. Most of us wear the same kind of clothes. Most of us wear keep the same kind of hairstyles, dress the same way, talk the same way. Everybody's so once you're unique, people can easily just pick it out. You get so, bruh.
You don't think men really recover from heartbreak? That's what you said. Because you said most men learn from it. If you learn from it, because the number one problem, like what I was reading preparing for this, the number one problem in relationship is that men are not vulnerable. Women keep complaining like men are not vulnerable in relationships.
Women don't need men's vulnerability.
In relationship,
They don't.
you think so?
Women don't. They think they do, but they don't.
Why do you say so?
Can a woman bear the weight of a man? Can you bear the weight of the weight of that responsibility? Women have responsibility too, but you cannot equate it to a man's own. You understand? Because women even expect more from men than men expect from women. So we are two different people. A woman can get married, she doesn't have a house, she doesn't have up to 200,000 in her account, she doesn't have a car. She will get married and she'll be comfortable, she'll be smiling on her wedding day. But a man that doesn't have a car, doesn't have a house, doesn't have anything, if he gets married on his wedding day, he's dancing, but he's crying inside.
So what next?
He's crying inside. Most of them will even borrow to do the wedding. He's crying inside. So women expect more from men than men expect from women.
But that's a very interesting take. I mean, that's very interesting. Like very interesting. But why do you think like they don't need it? Some will argue. So a lot of women are going to argue. The one me I've been able to conversate with, like, just tell me what is going on. Then it's my will to decide about it. It's not like I want to carry the weight. But you saying they don't need the vulnerabilities. You saying you don't need to tell them.
Vulnerability is not you telling your partner about what is going wrong with you.
It is what?
I don't think that's vulnerability.
What is vulnerability to you?
Vulnerability is you saying things that both things are happening to you and things that you fear are going to happen, and you say it in a manner like if it happens, you cannot take care of that situation. You understand? That's vulnerability that people show. People don't show vulnerability. People don't take vulnerability as me just telling you what's going on with me. I can tell you I can tell my girl what's going on with me, but that's where it ends. I'm not expecting you to help me to take care of it. I'll still do my shit myself, but I can tell you what is going on. But women are expecting the kind of vulnerability where men tell them what they are going through and also hold their hands to help them solve it. Men don't do well working with women to solve their life issues. That's why I tell men that if you are not yet where you want to be, you can leave women for now and focus on yourself. You understand? And most times you are dragging women who have not built their life to help you build your own. She has not done so well for herself. You say she will help you do yours. How will it work? You understand? So in that case, you are going to be suffering yourself at the end of the day because she has not built herself, you have not built yourself. You guys are trying to do something together. It won't work. When somebody comes along who has tried for himself, she will definitely leave you and go for that person.
I mean, this has been very, very enlightening for me. Makes me see different perspectives. That there are different possibilities when it comes to women and men relationship, And I mean, thank you for doing this with me. It means the world to me and my team. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome,
Thank
bro.
you for
You're welcome, bro.
Thank you for saying your truth the way you say it all the time. Thank you for representing just a Nigerian man, saying the things a Nigerian man wish they can say without getting attacked.
Yeah.
But that brings me to my next question. How do you react to females coming for you all the time? Like, how do you react to that?
Uh, I when I newly started, when I started like 3 years ago, it gets to me. I'm a human being, Then when they insult me and talk, I feel bad maybe for some hours and then I'm good. But I don't know why. I think if it got to me so much, why have I not stopped? So it used to get to me then, but after a while, 1 year in, 2 years in, I wasn't disturbed. Now you can say anything and I'll just laugh. I take nothing to heart anymore. I've been insulted so much that I'm now desensitized to insults. It doesn't change anything. I will still make a video tomorrow.
Saying your truth.
I will still say what I want to say, except you. There's nothing you can do to me. If you even see me, you can't do anything to me. There's nothing you can do to me. So whether you're angry or not, there's no problem. People will like me, and I have more female friends than male friends.
Really? That's interesting.
Yes, I have many.
How do your female friends react to most of your things?
We don't talk about it.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about everything. If you see my video, if you like it, you tell me.
What you do. It's just
Yeah,
your
if
own
you don't
job.
like it, you tell me. Some of them tell me, you're always attacking women. I'll say, wow, and so. Yeah, so what now happens? Nothing. It doesn't change anything. If you don't like what I do online, it's fine. If you like what I do, it's fine.
Women think you're an alpha male. What was your take to that?
I don't think I'm an alpha male. I'm just a Nigerian man.
You are just a Nigerian man.
I'm actually a very carefree. I'm just
a
chill.
Nigerian man.
I'm
Yeah, most
like,
Nigerian man are just
I just dey, you understand? I don't really have a problem with anybody. Even sometimes I watch my videos and I laugh. So I'll be like, wait till you when they talk. But we have to do it. It's what we like doing. You understand? We like.
Message is important.
Very, very important. I feel good after I make a video. So I'm just chasing that feeling. It's nothing too deep. I'm chasing that feeling, and then I help men. Men come to me and tell me, you have helped me, and I feel good. It's nothing really personal. I really don't have anything against women. I don't know you. So if you don't like me, it's fine. If you like me, it's good.
All right, thank you for doing this with us one more time.
You're welcome, bro.
Tradition on this podcast where the last guest leave a question for the next guest without knowing who they left the question for. So apparently, after I read you your question, you have to leave a question for the next guest too.
All right, no problem, bro.
I need to read the question that was left for you. I think this is a very interesting one, looking at everything we've talked about.
Okay.
The person didn't even know who they are leaving the question for. The question goes, what makes you and what drives you to do what you do as a person?
What makes me? I'm just someone that likes to see people happy. If I like a good vibe, I like a good time. I think that summarizes me. Just carefree, adventurous, chilled. I think that's what makes me. If you ask anybody, they just tell you I'm simple. I'm just a chilled guy. I really don't have a problem. If I do something wrong to you and you tell me, no matter who you are, even if you're a child, I'll tell you I'm sorry I did, and it ends there. And then what makes me do what I do? I just really want to see every man at the top of their game. I don't want to see any man left behind. I want every man to strive for greatness because it's possible. Everybody can be somebody. You get. So I want men to actually see that, because most men define themselves by the kind of girls they get, by the amount of girls they can get.
Or the amount of money.
Men face most rejection in the dating market, not even in life, because most men do not even try as much as to get rejected enough times in life. So, but when a man sees a woman, because it's an emotional thing, they are pushed to, even though they are scared of rejection, or they are still pushed to talk to the woman and ask her, and then she rejects them or she doesn't do their bidding, and they feel. So I want men to see that their worth is not tied to how accepted they are by women. Build yourself and strive for your own self, and the woman who respects you for who you are and what you do, and wants to build a legacy with you, she would come. You understand? You don't need every woman. You only need a small fraction, if not two or maybe one woman, as you like. You understand? So that's just where it ends, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. I had a good time, actually.
Yeah, I had a
Thank
very,
you, bro.
I had a very
Thank you,
good
bro.
conversation too.